Hey, what's up, fellas? GD Inferno Boy here. Welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to do a guide today. 2024 guide for doing the memory charms in Rave and the Redwoods. These are relatively easy. They all have their simple side quests. There's 2 spawns for each location, but I would highly recommend that you do them with the Rave Vision first, the ones that have Rave Vision first, and then do the rest of them. I'm not going to go in any particular order here because you can do these in any particular order, but I will start with the 2 that go into Rave Vision. The first one is going to be the Arrowhead. For the first entrance, it's just as soon as you exit the spawn in the main entrance, you're going to look down at the grass to the right of the main entrance, next to like a machete. It's going to be there, or in my game, I found it at the Camp Cabin sign. As soon as you exit from that side near Blue Bolts, it's going to be 1 point to Camp Cabins, 1 point to the beach. And underneath that sign, you're going to find the Arrowhead there. Now, what you're going to do with this one, you take it all the way to the firing range and place it right on the counter. And then in Rave Vision, you need to shoot targets that are going to spawn in all around the backside of the firing range. Now, like I said, do it as early as possible. If you do this anytime past round 10, the slasher will spawn in. It's not going to be fun. You don't need any particular gun for this. I would recommend a single fire weapon. For me, I use the Volk Goliath, but you can use something like the M1, the RPR Evo in single fire mode. Anything works. I shot around like 10 to 15 targets. I'm not sure on the exact number. That's all I can tell you is just shoot the targets, and then when all the targets just disappear entirely, you'll be done. I don't know exactly what this one does in terms of effect. The same goes for every other charm. I don't know any of the effects off the top of my head. I do know a few. We'll get to them when we get there. But the next one that's going to entitle Rave Vision is going to be the frog. For the first frog location, I actually found in my game is in the boathouse where you have the bank. If you go further down towards where the Fate and Fortune card machine is, there's going to be a green chair on the right-hand side. It's going to be sitting in there. Or the second spot is going to be in the recreational yard. Go all the way over to where the Type 2 walleye is. At the end of the trailer on the right-hand side, the frog will just be sitting there on the edge. Now, where you're going to take this frog is going to be in the sewer pipe close to the Camp Cabins sign beach area I mentioned before with the Arrowhead charm. And you're going to go closest to the sewer pipe door and then place it down right there in the gravel. Now, again, you need Ray Vision. Unfortunately, I didn't do this until after round 10 because I'll explain that in a moment. But you need to get these. You'll see these frogs on the floor. You need to jump and then press the melee button to do a grand slam. I think there's a total of like 6 to 8 frogs. They'll disappear as soon as you grand slam them. Couldn't really see anything because I was running away from the slasher half the time. But as soon as you do get rid of all of them, you shouldn't hear any more frogs, should see any more frogs, and you'll be able to pick up the frog at the end where you just place it. Now for this one, you can actually run in water freely without any slowness in any spot. That is the perk of the frog. You can run with the normal movement you have, stamina up without, and just run through water freely. That is the perk of that one. Now, the next one on the list I have is the rings. Now, there are 2 spots for this, like always. The first one is as soon as you go out towards the cabin on the side with the Banshee walleye next to Blue Bolts, there's some stairs. On the right side of the stairs, you'll see the charm there. I think it's like the first set of stairs. You'll see it there. If not there, that's fine. I found it in my game in the second spot, which is next to Blue Bolts. Or not Blue Bolts, sorry, Bang Bangs. Go up the stairs, you'll see it right there on the stairs, and then you want to take this to the spawn cabin. On the table closest to the door, not like right next to the door, but it's a table on the left-hand side close to the door. You're going to place it down, you'll see these 2 lamps. These lamps need to be fully rotated. I believe they're completely random where they spawn in, like what direction they're facing. But you just need to rotate them until both lamps hit the ring, and once you have both lamps rotated, you can pick it up, and then it'll give you a quote like always. Now, the third one on the list is going to be the binoculars. Now, these have 2 different spawns. This first spawn is going to be in the recreational yard. It's where I found it in my game. You're going to go to the entry close to the rock wall. There's going to be some beer kegs on the floor, beer cartons, whatever. It's going to be right there in the corner. The second spot is going to be on that path towards the beach. next to the frog sewer. It's going to be on a bench just on the left hand side. This one, you want to go to the Fate and Fortune card machine at the docks, and it's going to be placed on the bench just outside of it. You want to get 15 headshots and shoot 8 eyeballs. There are 2 behind the Fate and Fortune machine. There's 1 towards Slappy Taffy, and then there's 4 to 5 on the island where the Pack-a-Punch is. It's gonna be 1 in the window with Kevin, and there's gonna be 4 on the Tiki Totems. Once you do all that, you shoot the eyes and then get the 15 headshots. There will be a puff of smoke that's like pink and blue. It'll come right out of the binoculars. You can be able to pick it up. Now, it did take me a little while to find the last one. I haven't done these charms in years, so I was just going off of memory, and then I had to take another look around a couple times to find the last one. But the next one on the list is going to be the boots. Now, this one is a little tricky to get down at first, but it's not that hard. It actually is in Jolt's video not too long ago about jump scares and uses Codfax. For the 2 spawns, the first spawn is going to be where I found in my game at the docks. It's at the very end of the docks in the right corner next to all the kayaks and or canoes, whatever they are. And then the next spot is going to be the amphitheater, where you do the eagle bow. And it's going to be in the left side corner next to some beer cartons. You pick those up. The first spawn you want to go to is going to be these the camp cabins on the right hand side. You'll see a red outline of boots. You want to place the boots there and slowly tread over all the boot patterns that you're going to see. You have to like stand on them for like a good 2 seconds, and then you hear a creak in the floor and go to the next boot pattern, so on and so forth. When you do it successfully, you'll see a slasher go across the window. Now there are 2 more spawns, and this is always the same order every time. The second order is going to be in the spawn cabin itself. You see it right there on the carpet. Do the same thing, walk forward, you'll see the slasher walk by, and the final one took me a little bit to find, because again, I haven't done this in a few years, but it's going to be at the docks. You want to go close to where you find the statue for the bow, and it's going to be a red boot print right there on the floor. You follow it all the way around the docks, and then you're going to see the slasher in the window. Now, you couldn't see it very well in my game, because I was getting bombarded by zombies. It was like round 8 or 9 or something like that, I don't know. But that's where you're going to get it. And once you've done all 3, you can go ahead and pick it back up. The next one is going to be the bird mask. The first one is close to where we just did the last boot spawn. It's going to be right there on the ground next to the statue for the bow, just outside the dock. And then the second spot, is going to be next to the NV4 wall buy. You go to the right of the NV4 wall buy in the jungle gym, look in this dark corner. It's going to be right there. Now, once you have it, you got to place it back on its frame that it's missing from, and then you'll see the key shape. All you have to do is shoot the key. That's it. The pacifier, there are 2 spots you can find it in. It's going to be one at the base of the sniper's nest you just did the binoculars on, where I found it in my game, or it's going to be in the cabin with racing stripes in the bathroom. It's in the corner on the right side between the 2 sinks. Once you have it, you place it on the counter in the area where you find the boat part. And I believe it's about 15-20 kills. You'll be locked in there for the time until you get the 15 to 20 kills. And once you have it, you'll be able to pick it up. For the next one, it's going to be the fish. Now, the fish is hard to see. There are 2 spots like always. The first one is underneath the scaffolding where Racing Stripes is. That's where I found it in my game. And unfortunately, I didn't get the official recording for the second spawn, but I'll slow it down here for you. It's in this pipe right here. It's gonna be right in the middle of the pipe. That's where it's gonna be. That's the second spawn for it. Now, what you do with this, you take it to the docks where close to the boat. You take the Pack-a-Punch. You place it down. There's gonna be a little blue sparkle that's in the water. Just cook a grenade. Throw the grenade at the blue sparkle. Once it explodes, you have the charm. Now, this one, it's like there's a perk in multiplayer. I can't remember what it's called, where the more you move, the faster you sprint until you get a full-on sprint. So with Racing Stripes, you can move extremely fast with it. You hear like a wheel. But as soon as you stop sprinting, you lose the effect and you have to start sprinting again. I think it's about 3 seconds per time, and that's how you would get that. Now for the next charm, it's going to be the 8-ball. You go to the recreation arbor where you find the boat part. On the opposite side of that white tarp is going to be the 8-ball. That's where I found it in my game. And then the second spawn is going to be just to the entry of the recreational yard from the mines. You look at the sign, take a full 180. It's going to be on the ground right there. Take it up to the spawn cabin on the second floor where the Ghost of Skulls machine is. You're going to see a pool table. Place the 8-ball on the pool table, shoot the 3 white cue balls, and then you'll be able to pick it up. Now for this one, I didn't show it in game, not enough at least, because it was like late in the rounds, but when you slide into zombies with this charm, you'll kill them instantly. It's also really beneficial for the Easter egg step, the second one where you have to shoot legs, because you hit the legs first and they die. That's a very good tip for people who want to know that. And then for the final one, it's going to be the shovel. The first spawn is in the mines. That's the easiest spawn to find. It's kind of just in plain sight. It looks like it fits, but it's actually a charm. And then the second one is going to be next to where you did the arrowhead, right next to where you placed the arrowhead, rather. And then all you need to do is go into these swamps where you put the frog charm and put it on the grave. Now, when you put it on the grave, you're going to have skeleton zombies spawn in. They're like skeleton zombies in the boss fight. They have a little more health. Kill all of them, you'll be able to pick up the shovel again. Now, like I said earlier, I don't know all of the properties of each perk, each charm, but that is all 10 charms for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want another guide, just let me know. Smash the thumbs up button and leave a comment in the description what you'd like to see from IW. Until next time, peace out.